Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Eric, and it's been a little bit since I've actually brought you guys a formal video. This one, though, is gonna be pretty worth it, at least in my opinion. I spent a lot of time working on it, doing a lot of research, so I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. Before the video actually starts, this is kind of a test video. I want to see if you guys would be interested in possibly me making this a series where I go look at Bioshock fan theories and share them with you guys, because the one that I have today is pretty crazy. I do have evidence supporting it, but I also have some evidence kind of disputing it as well. So, without further ado, let's hop into the video. So, what is this fan theory, you might ask? Well, you can probably tell by the title, or the thumbnail, or even the description for that matter. We're going to be talking about the possibility that Songbird ends up being Booker DeWitt. Now, if you guys don't want spoilers for Bioshock Infinite, or Burial at Sea Episode 1 and 2, feel free to click off the video now, go play it, and then come back and watch this. So without further ado, let's hop into the evidence supporting and disputing it. So, I'm going to give you guys a little context about everything going into this fan theory. All of the sources will be linked in the description if you guys want to go check all of the research out for yourself as well. So, the design. A voxophone recording along with blueprints found at Fink Factory in Burial at Sea Episode 2 show that Songbird was created by Fink Industries. As with most of Fink's technology, it was based on designs discovered through a tear. The blueprints were described as showing a merger of machine and man. That was the lesser of man, yet the greater of both parties. In reality, Fink managed to gain the design blueprints for the Big Daddy, collaborating with Yi Suchong of Rapture. Experiments were made to create the beast. At first, multiple experiments were done with animals such as gorillas and dogs to create a successful psychological pair bond with Elizabeth. In the end, a crude prototype was assembled, connected to a breather. Attempts to psychologically indoctrinate the prototype were not enough, so Fink and his men left it abandoned at his old laboratory, which you can see in Episode 2 of Burial at Sea. Songbird escaped the laboratory and accidentally crashed into Elizabeth's tower, forcing Elizabeth to repair its breather. This created a successful pair bond between the beast and Elizabeth, and it would protect her fiercely. On the other hand, Suchong erroneously believed that DNA, in particular a hair sample, was the cause of the pair bond and attempted multiple times to figure out how to replicate the song's pair bond with its own Big Daddy prototypes. So, Burial at Sea Episode 2, we find out that Songbird is both man and machine. Well, what does Booker DeWitt have to do with this? Why do people think that Songbird could actually be Booker DeWitt, or more so, an alternate version of Booker DeWitt? Maybe one that didn't sell Anna and got brought to Columbia to be very protective of his daughter. Who knows? So now, let's get into the supporting evidence of this fan theory. So one thing that I personally noticed that the fan theory didn't really pick up on was the fact that Elizabeth comes across a note that explains what oxytocin is, and I will play that clip for you right now.
What's that?
It's a skeletal formula for oxytocin. That's the chemical that bonds mothers to children, women to men, and...
Songbirds to little girls?
Apparently not. Fink dismissed it as an unsuitable vector.
So this audio cue both shows evidence and it also rejects evidence as well. So in this universe, oxytocin, which Elizabeth explains, bonds women to men, mothers and fathers to children, etc. It didn't work for Songbird. Perhaps in another universe, it did. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. Now, the second one is that the person in Songbird, since we found out that it was half man, half machine, what would they use, or who would they use more specifically, to try to imprint with Elizabeth or Anna? Are you going to use some random person in Colombia to try to get her to imprint to? No, you're not going to do that. Realistically, you're going to use the closest DNA match to her, and obviously, that's going to be a parent. Booker DeWitt says in the main game that his wife died, or his girlfriend, fiance, whatever it may be. Basically, Anna's mother died. So that kind of leaves one person left, and that's Booker. So take that with a grain of salt and take that how you will. So let's hop in to probably the most compelling evidence. So sit back. This one's going to be a doozy. Originally, when I was playing Infinite, I didn't look at this and I didn't really analyze it because I was too engrossed with the story that was Bioshock Infinite. So we're going to be looking at the 3 character deaths of Booker, Comstock, and Songbird, and what the correlation is between all 3. So we look at Comstock. Booker drowned him in somewhat of a bird bath or something of the sort. I don't exactly know what to call it, but I'm pretty sure it was a bird bath that he was using as kind of a sink or a hand wash station or something of the sort. We look at Booker. He was drowned in the river where originally he was going to be baptized and turn into Zachary Comstock. Then we look at Songbird at the end of Bioshock Infinite. He was drowned by Elizabeth in the ocean outside of Rapture. So, what is the correlation of all 3 of these character deaths? Well, first, they all had to do with water. Like I said, Comstock, drowned. Booker, drowned. Songbird, drowned. What's the second correlation? Elizabeth had something to do with all 3 deaths. Comstock was holding on to Elizabeth's hand as he was being drowned by Booker. Elizabeth was the one that ended up drowning Booker in the river. And then Elizabeth was the one that opened the tear to Rapture and had Songbird stuck in the ocean outside of Rapture. I know. Crazy, right? It just absolutely blows my mind, the fact that Elizabeth had something to do with all 3 deaths, and all 3 character deaths had something to do with drowning. That just completely blew my mind when I read this fan theory, so I really don't know what to think about it. I'm not sitting here saying that Songbird is Booker DeWitt. It's just a lot of things end up supporting it with little to no evidence actually rejecting that idea. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I really, really want you guys to expand on this fan theory. Again, if you guys want to read anything about the fan theory or even chime in on your own, the links to all the sources of information will be down in the description below. So guys, as I mentioned at the start of the video, if you guys want to see me make a potential series of that, let me know. Show some support on the video by either leaving a comment down below or dropping a like on the video. If we can get about 40 to 50 likes on this video, I know it's kind of a challenge, but I have faith in you guys and I think you guys can actually pull that off. I will continue to make this a stable series on my channel, so I want you guys to also chime in on fan theories down in the comment section below, or you can link me on Twitter. I will respond to any tweets and I will do the research on the fan theory myself. Other than that, just wanted to say thank you guys for all the recent support on the channel. We are almost at 500 subs. It's almost like a week ago I said we were at 400, so it's crazy to think that we're growing at a very rapid rate here with the Rapture family. So if you guys wouldn't mind helping me out by sharing the content and keep on subscribing to join the Rapture family, let's get the Rapture family to 500 subscribers strong. Other than that, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter or anything of the sorts, the links will be down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and would you kindly tune in to the next video or live stream by turning on those notifications. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and talk to you all in the next video. Take care, guys.